So some of you are about to put your house on the market, or you're preparing your house to put on the market in the springtime, and the very first place you go to is Home Depot. We all love Home Depot. They have a lot of selections. They got a lot of products. They got a great return policy, and they seem fairly reasonable, but you can get suckered in. You buy things you don't need, or you buy the wrong things. In fact, the reason why I'm doing this video is because I had a client that asked me to go to Home Depot to pick out a few things. And as you can tell, I'm really dirty. I'm dirty. It's been a long day. So let's get into it. Hopefully by the end of this video, you'll steer away from some of these products and some of these choices, and you'll have a better experience. All right, let's get into it. As you're walking up to Home Depot, you are greeted by this massive array of display of gorgeous greenery and shrubs and roses and flowers and botanicals. It looks like the Garden of Eden, and you can't help yourself. Like, oh, I want my yard to look better. And you buy plants that are inappropriate. They don't match the style. They could be too busy, the wrong type of plant for your house. So we're going to go through a few of those right now that I want you to stay away, and things to consider when you're choosing plants at Home Depot or any nursery for that matter, because I know a really healthy plant, it's just so tempting. We want to buy it. The biggest mistake that I see homeowners making when they're making selections for their plants is they're not taking in consideration what plants are indigenous to their area. They're also not really paying attention to how big the plants grow. And oftentimes you plant your plants way too close to the house. And so when these plants grow, they start getting squished. And that silly little cypress tree grows right under that roof, right? And now you got a rat and rodent problem because all the little critters can run up on those trees and into the roof and cause a major problem. And then what you do to combat that is you just cut the little cypress tree off and you kind of just give it bangs. That looks silly. And what you may not know is when you top any type of shrub or tree, it won't grow up anymore. It will grow out. And that could cause a whole other problem because you could have overcrowding. Now, the one plant or species or category, whatever you want to call it, that I just do not like, I'm not a big fan of, is that palm tree or anything tropical, unless you live in a tropical area. Sometimes I see these Cape Cod homes and then they have tropical birds of paradise, banana plants, and palm trees. It doesn't flow with the style of the home. Now, what you have to know about most palm trees is that their roots are very invasive. You'll believe how many pools I've seen destroyed because of these palm trees and sidewalks and driveways. So before you plant any tree, do your research. Make sure you know how deep the roots go, if they're invasive or not, because you could be looking at a major problem. And I can't tell you how many times I'm showing homes. In fact, I just closed one last week where the very first thing they're going to do is rip out all that tropical stuff because number one, it requires a lot of water. And number two, it causes a lot of problems long term because of the root problem. Some shrubs that I really do like podocarpus. I think it's a beautiful shrub. It's kind of boring, but it's easy to train. It's easy to cut. It doesn't get too upset when you cut it back. There's an icy blue podocarpus that I just really like. It's really pretty. Pittosporum. I love pittosporum. Look at how delicate the leaves are. The silver sheen one is one of my faves. It has kind of a darker stem, which is lovely. Okay, now the tree I just love is my olive tree, and I have them all over my property, and I don't care if they're in or out. I don't care. I love my olive tree. They get big, and you can prune them, and they don't get fussy, and their root ball stays really tight. I've been living here for 9 years. I don't have a single issue with any of my hard surfaces because their roots are kind of tight and they're not up on top of the soil. Okay. So like oak trees is another good one. I have a couple oak trees on my property. The roots go down. Okay. They're looking for water that goes down, where some varieties of trees, they put their roots right at the top because they're trying to get the water. So do your research. I don't know where you live, so I don't know what's indigenous to your area, but really be mindful about what plants you select for your home. Because when your buyers go to buy your home, guess what? They're going to be looking at all these big trees. And if they're kind of like causing a lot of problems with pools, walkways, driveways, all they're going to think is ka-ching, ka-ching, all this money they're going to have to spend because they have to cut down these dumb trees. It's not good. Home Depot has a million palm trees. Beware. Run for the hills. Now, I know a lot of you love your palm trees and I'm offending a lot of you, but I'm just telling you from experience, when I go to sell a home, Most of those things get ripped out. Oh my goodness, I'm looking at my notes and I could literally spend another hour talking about plants and landscaping. In fact, I'll do a whole other video on this because I love it so much. But my 2 favorite plants of the year. Number 1, bougainvillea. So they have shrubs, they have vines, they even have little trees. I love it. It's simple. It usually blooms throughout the year. They have various different colors. I live in San Juan Capistrano, California. It's indigenous to the area. Love bougainvillea. The second one is the Audrey ficus. I love that plant. And when I went to Home Depot, I couldn't believe it. There was 2 cute little ones sitting there outside. I wanted to grab them, but I didn't because I have 2 in my house. I have a little one. I put them in pots inside my house. I have this ginormous one. I'll link it in the video right here. Like I bought it. I just fell in love with her at the nursery. I'm like, honey, you gotta be mine. And like a ding-a-ling, I bought this huge pot. So now she's even, oh my God, she's practically hitting the roof, but she is glorious. I don't know about the root ball. I didn't do a lot of research. I just fell in love with her. They have a really interesting trunk. I love the green leaves. I could go on and on and on. But before you buy one to put it in your yard, I would do some research because I got a feeling the root ball is going to spread that way and on top, which is fine if you have the yard for it. But if you don't, it could cause some problems long term. But those are my 2 favorite. Stay tuned because I'm going to do a whole video on plants. I love plants. Okay, this is the last thing about plants. When you're putting your house on the market, you do not buy a variety of different plants and a variety of different colors. You want to use similar plants with similar colors, and you want to repeat the pattern. In fact, I just put the $6.2 million house on the market. I know I got to put that in there. It's one of my favorite houses. This is their backyard. You'll notice how tight and clean the landscape is. We're not overdoing anything. You notice how certain plants repeat? They got purple and white and green. That's kind of the palette with a little bit of yellow. You don't have a succulent garden, and you don't have, 30 different variety of roses in the backyard. And by the way, roses can be pretty, and there's some roses in this picture, but they're not 25 different varieties. So if you're going to do roses, you do all white roses, or you do all red or all pink roses, but you don't have 400 varieties. This looks messy. And when you photograph your home, it doesn't look good. It's very distracting. So look how beautiful this picture is. It's just simplicity. We're done with plants, but since we're in the garden area, let's talk about mulch. Can't go wrong with mulch or bark. You can even use DG, decomposed granite, to make the walkways look really nice. But the one color you're not going to use is that bright red, orange bark mulch. I hate it. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh no, what did you do? It's ugly. Doesn't photograph well, it's distracting, and it looks like you don't know what you're doing. So when you're at Home Depot, don't buy the red, buy the dark brown, whatever brown, not red. You can thank me for that later. Right after we got through the tropical jungle, we finally make it to the Home Depot entrance. We go through the sliding doors, and right in front of us are these beautiful bouquets of flowers. And there's a ton of variety. And you fall in love, like, oh, if I'm selling my house, these flowers will make it look beautiful. So you go buy the most colorful ones. And you're like, I love this. This is gorgeous. And I'm not going to lie, the colors are vibrant. They're beautiful. And they're actually reasonably priced. But that is a temptation you want to avoid. So what I want you to do is I want you to find the most boring arrangement out there. And when I was at Home Depot, they had some white hydrangeas. Now, I think hydrangeas are absolutely beautiful. They have purple ones, light purple ones, they even have pink ones. They're beautiful. So if you want to put a flower arrangement in your house, you want to use all the same color or close to the same palette. If you go look at what the designers do, they usually have these very dramatic arrangements in their homes with very complementary colors, green and white, so maybe some light pinks, but it's not the showstopper in the room. And the reason for that is because when we take the photos of your home, we want your buyers to be looking at the house, not your arrangements. And whatever the brightest thing is in the room is the thing that's going to draw your buyer's attention. Also, do not take that variety of arrangement with all the colors and break them up into 6 little bundles and stick 6 different little vases and put them around the house. That's called amateur hour. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be unkind. I'm just telling you that looks like you don't know what you're doing. I'm just being honest with you. Okay, here's a pro tip. And I know some of you are going to be like, oh, whatever. But if you have a beautiful arrangement of flowers, when you go to put water in the base, you don't fill it all the way to the top or halfway. And the reason for it is because the stems of the flowers get kind of slimy and the water gets murky and they die quickly. So if you go look at what the professionals do, they probably put 1 inch or 2 of water at the base of the vase. Well, I guess where else would you put the water? Only an inch or two. And yes, you got to change the water out more regularly, but you know, someone knows what they're doing when you walk into a house and they only have an inch or two of water in the base. I know that sounds crazy, but you will not believe how much longer your flowers will last. So I finally make it past the flower arrangement section and I look up and there is lights and holiday decor everywhere. You got snowman and reindeers and poinsettias and bright lights everywhere. I mean, literally, tackiness everywhere. All right, I know we got to have fun, folks, and the holidays are so much fun, and it brings us joy when we decorate. But when you're going to sell your house, you're not going to put any of that up. I know, because if you take photos with all that holiday decor in there, it's going to timestamp your house. And if your house doesn't sell during the holidays and you're into springtime, those buyers are going to look at that holiday decor in the pictures and go, oh, there looks like there's going to be a deal on the table for me. So don't do that. Now, there are some things that you can do that are a little more tasteful. Like you can have green Christmas tree-ish looking plants in your house that I think are festive but not overdone. Just don't overdo it. And if you have to have your holiday decor up, then I would say take it out for the photos and then put it in, but just don't overdo it. Just don't overdo it. Speaking of bright lights, I want you to go around your house and go look at how many lights are out in your house. I guarantee you there will be 10. And then you're going to go march down to Home Depot and you're going to go look in the lighting section and you are literally going to be overwhelmed if you haven't been there in a while, because there's not just two options like back in the old day. There's like 400 different options and you're going to be lost. So I did a whole entire lighting video. I will link the video right here. I'll link it down below. But I also created a lighting guide. It's right here. It's free to you. It's linked down below. And the cool thing is we talk about the Kelvin readings right here. And then we actually show you and give you kind of a guide on how to hang your lighting fixtures. I mean, pretty cool, right? It's all free, link down below. And what I'll tell you that's trending right now, if you have the resources and you are looking to update the lighting in your bathrooms, that vanity light that goes over the mirror is kind of going out. If you can patch it and put sconces on either side, that's the thing to do right now. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. I'm just telling you, you're tuning in to get educated. I'm here to help. So the key to going to Home Depot and saving money is just go there with a list. If you don't, you're just going to buy stuff you don't need. So one of the things I want you to do when you go to Home Depot is before you get there, go check around the cover plates in your house. So a lot of them are missing or they're broken or they're yellow. And my rule of thumb is you always try to match the cover plate as close as you possibly can to the wall color. And you all know that I'm going to recommend that if you're going to sell your house, you're going to want to paint your house white, okay? Not beige, not off-white, not light blue, light pink. It's white because it's very neutral and your buyers can come in and paint whatever color they want. If you're living in your house, you can do whatever you want. And of course, I have a resource guide for you on paint. I go through my top paint colors that I like and suggest for white and the different sheens that I recommend for the various areas in your house. When I did that lighting video, a lot of you reached out to me asking me, well, Audra, what kind of electrical switch should I have? And the only one that I really want you to stay away from is that little like toggle switch thing. It has a little like, I used to have it as a kid, like, that definitely dates your house. I did a little video clip that I'll put in here showing you which ones will work and ones that are more contemporary and modern and will kind of elevate your house. It's not a huge expense and it does look really nice. I promise you, when you're walking through Home Depot, you're going to notice the faucet fixtures and the shower systems. And you just can't help it because they're shiny, they're beautiful. It looks like jewelry. It's so gorgeous. And the one you're going to be most drawn to is that gold one. I mean, it's super gold. Oh my gosh, it looks beautiful. But I'm telling you, folks, it's a little too gold. I mean, it's more gold than this. It looks fake and it looks cheap. Now, I know a lot of you have that in your house. I'm not trying to put you down. I'm just telling you my opinion. Now, the other one that is really popular is that chrome or polished chrome, which is that really like shiny silver look. You can't go wrong with that. But what I don't love about it is for water, it shows watermarks and, you know, you toothbrush spit that stains and it's just too noticeable. So I stay away from that. The black matte or the oil rub bronze, I mean, it's pretty, but if you have a high mineral count, you're going to see some of the calcification and you're going to have to replace it regularly. So my go-to, and I have it throughout my house, is that brushed nickel or that stainless steel. You just really can't go wrong with that look. It hides calcium deposits. There's not fingerprints. I mean, kind of boring, but it's timeless. So if you want to save some money at Home Depot, grab your phone, download the Home Depot app, and you go to your Home Depot. I literally just learned this like 2 months ago. And you go into the store and there's a section on your phone. You hit the app that says, hey, what are the deals today? And they will only advertise those deals on the app. I can't tell you how many good deals I've gotten because I'm using their app. Now, I would show you on my phone, but of course I haven't grown up enough to get professional recording gear. So I'm recording on my phone right now, but check it out. I'm sure there's some YouTube videos out there that will show you how to do it. Great way to save money. And by the way, there is nothing in this video that is being sponsored. I promise. So the other area that you just get drawn into when you're at Home Depot and you're overwhelmed is the flooring department. And you can see, like, I picked up so many samples, I'm like filthy. I did an entire video on flooring. I will link it down here. I have a whole resource guide on flooring. We'll link it down here. You can also download it here. Very important that you know what you're looking for before you go into Home Depot, or you can get lost in the shuffle and pick the wrong thing. When you're picking tile, porcelain, all the way, stay away from ceramic tile. It's just a better product. I don't want to get into the reasons for that. I'm also going to suggest you stay away from shiny materials and go more towards matte. And you're going to stay more towards very neutral, basic colors, no pattern, just one solid color rather than busyness. Because if you put a lot of busyness on your floor, it's just not a good look. Trust me, you won't believe how many floors we've had to rip out of some of my clients because they chose the wrong thing. And installing tile is extremely expensive and it's very difficult to remove. Okay, let's say you're going for the wood look on the floor. So whether it be engineered wood or luxury vinyl or laminate or even that porcelain tile look that looks kind of like wood, you're going to stick with the more browns and light blonde colors. So you're going to stay away from gray, you're going to stay away from reds, you're going to stay away from dark black, or even some of that like whitewash colors. You just don't want to do that. Right now, it's all about organic colors. Once again, I highly suggest you watch my flooring video because I go into a lot more specifics about the size and the width and the length and the quality of the floors. So the other area that draws you in at Home Depot is that backsplash. I mean, it's so cool. There's a lot of intricate designs and patterns, and it looks really cool. However, if you really stop and look at it, it's really busy, most of the things in there. So you want to stay away from busy backsplashes, nothing too colorful. In fact, I put a backsplash in my kitchen that I just regret putting in because I'm tired of it. Remember, I told you, I just listed the $6.2 million home. Look at their backsplash. You don't even really notice it because it's just kind of a textural thing. So I'm going to suggest that you just really focus more on the textural component of backsplashes. A lot of people are taking the countertops all the way up so it doesn't get too busy. So just think about that. If you are replacing your countertops, might be a wise idea to take the backsplash up with the same material. And you know what I'm going to say? I did a countertop video as well. I'll link it down here in the description, and also you can find it here. It's a great video as well. By the way, if you're getting any benefit out of this video, please smash the like button. It helps the videos go out. Don't worry, I'm not asking you for any more subscribers. I made it to 100,000. All right, smash the like button though. Thanks. So a lot of you are looking around and you're noticing your doorknobs really are old and achy. So you're just going to go to Home Depot and you're going to buy the same ones that are cheap. And I'm not going to recommend that you do that. So there's a lot of options. And I say do the one that's a straight handle. Straight. Okay. Don't get the one that's the curly Q. That's out. Spend a little extra money because that door handle will elevate the door. It will give it more of a contemporary, more current look. I don't think too many people are going to be drawn into this at Home Depot, but I want you to be. And that is closet doors. I have been to more houses lately where there's literally no closet doors on the closets. And their clothes are hanging there and it's just a mess. Or they have the little bar with the shower curtain thing. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? No! So since you're already at Home Depot getting tempted, go to the closet door section and put closet doors on your closets and stay away from the mirrored ones. Just the basic one. You don't need to overdo it, but stay away from the mirrored closet door. Okay, I swear this is the last one. So a lot of you are looking at your cabinets and you want to go put some really pretty bling on your cabinets. So you're going to redo the knobs or the pulls on your cabinet doors. And I'm all for that. Stay away from the gold. Oil rub bronze or black or even the stainless steel or brushed nickel is fine, but the gold's going to be out. It fades very easily, especially if you're buying at Home Depot because they're not the highest quality. And I want to warn you, if you're going to put brand new knobs on your cabinets, I'm going to recommend that you don't do the little knobby. It's kind of cheap. And so yes, you're going to have to put 2 more holes or additional hole to get that cabinet pull. It's so much nicer. It looks a little more luxurious. And think about it. If you have like dirty hands, and I know I do this when I cook on rare occasion, is I need to get something and to get the pull, it's hard to pull the drawer out. And so you get the knob all dirty and then it starts disintegrating. Then it gets lumpy and it just looks nasty. Whereas if you had that pull, that real skinny little handle, you can just like, finger, pinky, pull it. I'm telling you, I'm not a big fan of the little knobs. I'm just not. I don't like it. But anyway, I will tell you absolutely 1000% stay away from this type of handle. It's like a handle that's skinny. The sides stick out a little bit because you'll get your belt loop on your jeans hooked on it. And if you have that in your bathroom, you're blow drying your hair and you're constantly fighting with that handle. So stay away from that handle. It's the most annoying thing. I hate it so much. All right. I am done. I'm done. So please smash the like button. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any subjects that you would like me to cover, y'all know I'm going to do my own plant video. I can't wait to do that one. That's going to be the next one, I think. I love plants. All right. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.